Hello everyone. So in today's video we are going to discuss how to create a query to basically modify a pre-created SQL view. So what we have here is our question set number 37, which is based on the data in our question set number 31, which we have discussed in one of our previous videos. So what we have here, our question number 1, which of the users registered with the shop is living in Kurunegala? Create a view for this. Do not use the graphical method for that. Alright, so we are not supposed to show the graphical method. So that is question number 1. And then question number 2, update the query statement required to get the user ID, first name, last name information in the view created above. Alright, so that's our second question. We need to get the user ID, the first name and the last name too. Okay, so then question number 3, create a view to see all the GRN must include GRN underscore ID, GRN date and the provider name. It is not necessary to enter the details of the items purchased here. Use the name of this view as GRN view. And again here we are not supposed to use the graphical method to create this view. We are not supposed to show it from our graph. Okay, then question number 4, the GRN view you created above includes the details of all GRN purchased items, and rearrange this view. In this view, it is sufficient to display the GRN ID, the GRN date, the first name, last name, product, quantity, unit price and selling price, and we are not supposed to use the graphical method for this. So that's all we need to create. Here we need to have only the details of all the purchased items, and we need to rearrange this view according to the view which we have here in the column list. Alright, so basically this is what we need to do, and this is what we are going to answer in our Heidi SQL right now. We are going to write the queries for this. So for our question number 1, we need to find the details of the users who are living in Kurunegala. So basically here we need to create a view Kurunegala with the name Kurunegala users as select user ID. So basically we are going to select the details of our users. So then user the first name, next the user dot last name, then the city dot city name. All right, then we are going to take yeah, that's all we are going to take, and we are taking this from our earlier shoe center. Enter dot user. All right, so here we are going to join in the address column on the user. So here we are going to join it on the address underscore address ID. All right, that is done, and we are going to equal it to the address dot address ID. Next we are going to join in the city on address dot city underscore city ID, which is equal to city dot city underscore ID, where the city dot city name is equal to Kurunegala. Okay, so now we are going to run this query. So we have a small error here. So we have created the view, we're joining the address. So the city has been connected on the city ID. So okay, so this should be double N. Now when we search it again, now the view has been created. We need to refresh this, and now we can see the Kurunegala users here. Alright, so that's our first question answered. Then now for our second question, we need to modify it. So basically instead of create, now we have to change it to create or replace view. Here we are taking the username. So here we are not taking the city name as per our question. We just need this information here. And yes, so basically that's all we need to search. Their user ID, their first name, and their last name. So now when we execute this, okay, so we have to remove this. Now when we execute this, we will have this updated. So here now the city name won't be appearing. So when we now we can't see the city name anymore. So that's the answer for our second question. Now let's head on to our third question. So for our third question, we need to find certain GRN details. So create view so the name we are giving for that is GRN view as per our question, as select. Alright, grn underscore ID, then the grn date, grn date, okay, then the first name and the last name of the user dot first name comma user dot last name. Alright, so we are taking these values from the grn table, but we have an additional table as well, so we are going to join this table named user. On the grn tables, user underscore user ID, and that's going to be the foreign key of the primary key in the user table, where the name is user ID. Alright, so now let's execute our query, and when we execute this, I'm going to refresh this. So now we are supposed to have one name grn view. So now we have a view name grn view. So basically this is what we are getting for our third question. Alright, so next what we have to do here, for our fourth question, we have to replace the details. So basically grn ID, date, first name, last name, product name, quantity, unit price, selling price. Alright, so here now we need to add not only the grn ID, date, first name and last name, we also need to have the product. So we need the users yeah, so we need the product name as well. So product dot product name, then the quantity which we are going to take. So we are going to take this quantity next, grn item underscore quantity dot quantity, and we have to take the unit price. So grn item dot unit price, and the grn item dot selling price, I believe, yeah, So we are taking all of this from the GRN table. So let me leave enough space so that this query is visible. Okay, so these details we are taking it from the GRN table. So here, so we have linked it to our user ID. Next we are going to join in our GRN table, a GRN item table in a double N. Join GRN item on grn item underscore grn item ID. Okay, it is equal to grn underscore item dot grn item ID. Now we are going to join in the product on the grn dot product ID column and equal it to the product ID. Alright, so what we have here in our view is this at the moment. Now I'm going to execute this query. So we have a small error here, so it says grn product underscore product ID. So our grn table doesn't have a product ID then, I believe. Yeah, so it should be the grn item table. Alright, so now when we execute, so now there's something wrong with the grn item table. Okay, so there's a small typing error here. So now when we search this, we have to change this to create or replace view to update. So now when we check our data and now when we refresh this, we have to refresh the table as a whole. The whole database is refreshed, and now when we check our data, we have this now appearing. We have all the data as per our question appearing. So basically that is it on how to modify our query to change the view which we have according to our requirements. That is it for this video. Thank you for watching.